Dear COMNAP members, we are witnessing that the world is struggling with the pandemic and bear the drawbacks altogether. It would be nice to make this presentation to you in person. However, the pandemic impacted all around the world, especially the connections and communications. Fortunately, thanks to technology, it's my pleasure to present you the membership application of TÜBİTAK MRC Polar Research Institute. Although the Republic of Turkey made its first official attempt to be involved in Antarctic affairs by ratifying the Antarctic Treaty in 1995, Turkish scientists have been carrying out studies in the region since 1960s. Since 2017, the Antarctic science is conducted under the auspices of the Presidency of the Republic of Turkey and gained remarkable momentum since then. A total of 5 national Antarctic expeditions were organized from 2017 to 2021, where the first 3 were coordinated by Istanbul Technical University Polar Research Center and the last 2 by TÜBİTAK MRC Polar Research Institute. In the 2018-2019 Antarctic season, a scientific research camp consisting of 3 container-sized modules and an automated weather station were installed on Horseshoe Island in Margaret Bay. In 2020, 3 global navigation satellite system stations were established on Dismal and Horseshoe Islands to investigate tectonic movements and atmospheric parameters. In 2021, Turkey has submitted the draft Comprehensive Environmental Evaluation Report for an Antarctic research station, which was discussed during the 23rd CEP and 43rd ATCM meetings. The station is planned to be commissioned in 2 Antarctic seasons. The main features of the proposed station are capacity of 24 people, which can be extended up to 50, prefabricated modular design for less environmental impact during construction, using solar energy when applicable, containing 5 laboratories with modern research equipment, advanced wastewater treatment system, automation and remote control for energy, air conditioning and emergency systems, a quarantine room for contagious diseases, and a surgical operation room, a helipad, and an emergency shelter. Strategic plans are essential elements for coordinating sustainable research. To this aim, a national polar science program has been prepared for the 2018-2022 by the Ministry of Science and Technology with the contribution of over 100 scientists from 40 institutions. The objective of the program is to implement polar research with a systematic approach. Within the context of the Polar Science Program, annual project calls are opened for researchers to participate in the polar expeditions. The projects to participate in the expeditions evaluated with peer-reviewed process. 64 scientific projects were conducted by researchers from various universities and institutions during the Turkish Antarctic expeditions between 2017 and 2020. More than 60 articles are published in international journals since 2017. Turkey intends to standardize some processes for the efficiency and the safety of the scientific expeditions. For this aim, procedures and principles on Turkish polar science expeditions and activities was issued and entered into force on September 2020. The purpose of this legislation is to determine the procedures and the principles of any activities during the expeditions. The legislation covers the authorities, duties, and responsibilities of the researchers, logistic personnel, and technical staff to ensure a safe operation. Turkey gives utmost importance on the protection of Antarctic environment. Each expedition involves an environmental officer to audit the scientific and logistic operations. Turkey has finished working on harmonization of the protocol on environmental protection to the Antarctic Treaty to the domestic law. Regulation on the implementation of protocol on environmental protection to the Antarctic Treaty entered into force in June 2020 under the coordination of Ministry of Environment and Urbanization. In line with COMNAP's purposes, international cooperation is a core element for Turkey in Antarctic research. In order to develop new collaborations and maintain the sustainability of the current bilateral activities, agreements were signed with other countries. In 2020, the process of signing bilateral cooperation agreements with Belarus, Bulgaria, Czechia, Republic of Korea, and Ukraine have been completed, which consist of scientific and logistic cooperation. The process for signing agreements with 10 other national Antarctic programs are ongoing. More than 20 Turkish scientists were hosted during Antarctic campaigns of Belgium, Bulgaria, Chile, Colombia, Czechia, Poland, and Republic of Korea. In addition, researchers from Belarus, Bulgaria, Chile, Czech Republic, Germany, and New Zealand participated in the Turkish Antarctic expeditions. Informing society on polar regions and global climate change is a key aspect which also increases public interest in scientific studies. It's also taken into account that motivating children as polar scientists of the future is important. In this context, continuous effort is spent to hold events such as training, seminars, festivals, publishing books, magazines, and preparing documentaries. Within the scope of the educators supporting collaboration on Polar Regions project, teachers take part in polar expeditions to increase the knowledge and capacity of educators who train future scientists and to transfer this experience to future generations. A Polar Science Center was established in 2018 in Istanbul to increase the knowledge and public awareness on the polar regions. The Polar Science Center enables a great informal learning opportunity not only for children but also for adults of all age groups. The first Polar Science Festival was held online in 2020 to raise awareness and inform the new generation about polar research and climate change in Turkey, where experts and researchers with polar experience talked about the current trends and explained their scientific studies to students and teachers in a popular science language. Turkey's future plans on developing scientific and logistic capacity in Antarctica involves the following. A research vessel of Turkish naval forces equipped with state-of-the-art survey equipment is planned to be used for the next season. An Antarctic research station is planned to be commissioned after the final CEE report procedures. With the station, a research boat equipped with oceanographic and hydrographic research instruments is planned to be in service for marine studies. A polar data center design is in progress for sharing obtained scientific data conducted from field. A new national polar science program will be published for the 2023 and 2028. Long-term monitoring projects will be extended by installing scientific equipment in the Margaret Bay region. Turkey is a non-consultative party to the Antarctic Treaty since 1996, an observer to Asian Forum for Polar Sciences since 2016, a member of Committee for Environmental Protection since 2017, a member of European Polar Board since 2020, a full member of the Scientific Committee on Antarctic Research, SCAR, since 2021. Turkey felt the necessity to be part of the COMNAP family while actively building up a scientific experience in Antarctica, conducting consecutive scientific expeditions, and keeping the relations and collaborations strong. Turkey wanted to extend this effort by sharing experiences, developing practices, and applying to become an observer state in COMNAP. An application was submitted to the consideration of the Executive Committee in 2018. After the approval, Turkey has become an observer in COMNAP. A national polar science program was developed and published for 2018-2022 period. It will be renewed for the 2023 and 2028 period. Antarctic scientific expeditions were organized in systematic manner. An automated weather station and 3 GNSS stations were established along with the scientific research camp. Scientific and logistic collaborations have been carried out with other national polar operators. Also, education and outreach activities on polar regions were given as much importance as the scientific activities. Finally, following COMNAP Constitution and Rules of Procedure, TÜBİTAK MRC Polar Research Institute wanted to present the application for full membership. Therefore, I am giving my presentation to you. It will be so great to see you through virtual environments soon. Hoping to see you in the next year's annual general meeting in person. Thank you.